Welcome to Southern Times on Eva Freak, news from the depths of the Niger Delta. The major story: we must work together to salvage our country, says Governor Wike. Senate confirms chairman, board members of downstream, upstream regulatory agency. Jetty collapses in Rivers State. In sports, CAF approves Samson Siasia Stadium. In the foreign scene, Governor Ben Ayade, Jigawa State Governor Alhaji Baduru Abubakar, Governor Akeredolu of Ondo State attends Livestock Summit in Paris. I am Omotola Agbelusi. The news continues in a bit. The governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Ezenwo-Wike, has urged Nigerians to work together to salvage the country from current political and socio-economic woes. Governor Wike made the assertion when he hosted a courtesy visit from the former Emir of Kano and Grand Khalifa of the Tijaniyan Order in Nigeria, His Royal Highness Muhammad Sanusi II, at Government House in Port Harcourt. Governor Wike reiterated that Rivers State will continue to be a place where every Nigerian can reside and consider as home, but he insisted that it is also obligatory on all residents in the state to conduct all affairs within the confines of the law and be orderly. He said it is the place of government to provide development for its people and ensure safety of all residents. Governor Wike enjoined the former emir to advise his followers in the state to obey the law and live orderly. The governor explained that the relocation of the former Oginiba slaughter market in Transamadi industrial area was a measure taken to curb the level of criminality in the area. Stating his reason for the courtesy call, the former Emir of Kano, His Royal Highness Muhammad Sanusi II, says he was on familiarization tour to leaders and members of Tijaniya Order who are residents in Rivers State because he is their Grand Khalifa. He noted with delight the quality of leadership demonstrated by Governor Wike in making Rivers State home for all Nigerians. He also acknowledged the quality of public infrastructure and security provided for all residents by the Wike administration. He assured the governor that the order does not tolerate extremism, but advocates peace, brotherhood, togetherness, solidarity, and progress of the country. The Senate has confirmed the chairman, chief executives, and chief commissioners of the board of the Nigerian Upstream Regulatory Commission and the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority. The nominees confirmed for the Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority are Idaregogo Ogan, Chairman; Farouk Ahmed, Chief Executive; Abiodu Adeniji, Executive Director, Finance and Accounts; and Ogugo Ukoha, Executive Director, Distribution Systems, Storage and Retail Infrastructure. Meanwhile, the nominees confirmed for the Nigerian Upstream Regulatory Commission are Issa Madibo, Chairman; Benga Komolafe, Chief Executive; Hazan Gambo, Executive Commissioner, Finance and Accounts; and Rose Ndong, Executive Commissioner, Exploration and Acreage Management. The Senate expressed that the confirmation of the nominees satisfies the requirement of Section 18, 1-5 of the Petroleum Industry Act and urged the new heads to lead the reforms in the oil and gas sector. Moving on, no fewer than 20 persons were feared missing following the collapse of a jetty at Isaka community in Okrika local government area of Rivers State. The victims were reportedly returning to the capital city from a burial when the jetty caved in. An eyewitness, who is a resident of the area, narrated that the local divers in the area have emptied into the river and that many people were rescued. 2 dead bodies of the victims of the collapsed jetty were recovered. Moving on, Chairman of Akukutoru Council of Rivers State, Roland Sekibo, has confirmed that the kidnapped expatriate who was working on the Trans-Calabari Road has been released. He disclosed this after a security meeting with his counterparts from Degema, Emoha, and Asari Toru councils of the state. Recall that gunmen had adopted some expatriates attached to the construction firm handling the Trans-Calabari Road project by Lubric Construction Company in September, while some security personnel attached to the company were killed. Sekibo, however, stressed the need for the council chairman to work together, stressing that their efforts had yielded positive results in the release of the expatriate. The news continues right after this break. Stay with us.
fashion, style and trend. Miss Def 2022 is back and better, as it will be exciting and fun. Date: Sunday 12th December 2021. Time: red carpet 3 p.m. Main event start 5 p.m. Venue: the Dome Event Center, Peter Odile Road, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. Tickets available from 13th of October 2021. Regular 5,000, bronze 10,000, gold 20,000 naira, platinum 300,000 naira. For more inquiries and ticket reservation, please call 081 096 32851.
Fashion is indeed the new oil and gas here at the Port Harcourt Fashion and Design Week. It's a fusion of masterclass, runway, and exhibition.
Don't you notice me? The way my body flows, the spirit runs through.
Welcome back. A student of the Nigerian Maritime University, NMU, Okeren-Kuku, Warri Delta State, and a caterer attached to the institution has been reported dead. Report says the victim boarded a private boat instead of the school boat, which they already paid for as part of their fees. Other students who boarded the boat were rescued by the driver. The deceased student, identified as Popo Precious, a marine engineering cadet Tama 3 and an Ijaw native by tribe, has been buried by his family, while the corpse of the caterer was deposited at the Warri Central Hospital. More stories from Edo State. Two young men identified as 25-year-old Ebafo Abiye and 36-year-old Alex Benjamin died a mysterious death at the same hospital in Igara, Edo State. An eyewitness who narrated the incident said it is a suspected case of money ritual gone wrong. The source says Ebafo was with his auntie drinking when he suddenly became hysterical as they tried to calm him down and rush him to the hospital. On the other hand, Alex, also in his own predicament, called his wife, who sells fruits by Afekai Junction at Igara, and told her not to come home after the day's sale. But his wife did not understand what her husband meant and went home after the sales only to meet her husband stretching and talking incoherently. She called neighbors who helped rush him, coincidentally, to the same hospital where his friend Ebafo was. At the hospital, the two men started misbehaving the same way, and in less than 5 minutes, they both died. It was gathered that when his wife went home to fetch a cloth to cover him, that she saw fire and a coffin on the floor of their room. Also, when Ebafo's room was searched, there were several charms scattered on the floor. Women in Eche local government area of Rivers State, took to the government house in Rivers State to protest, demanding justice for alleged attack on the leader of Eche Legislative Assembly, Right Honorable Cynthia Nwala. Recall that a picture of the leader of Eche Legislative Assembly, Right Honorable Cynthia Nwala, went viral on social media, alleging that she was attacked by the Chief Security Officer of Eche Legislative Assembly. It was added that they stripped her of her clothes and attacked her. According to Cynthia Nwala, it was disclosed to her that the chairman of Eche local government area orchestrated the alleged attack. However, the Eche local government council responded that the chairman of council, Honorable Obinna Anyanwu, is not responsible for sending anybody to attack the leader of Eche Legislative Assembly. The Eche local government council added that it is strictly a legislative matter. We go on a break right after now.
Fitness is vitality to your body. We have crawled, talked, laughed, and danced. Now it's time to run. We present to you this December the Port Harcourt City Marathon, designed to bring all sectors in the city together. For registration, please visit phctmarathon.com, or for inquiries and sponsorship, please call any of the following numbers: 080727 48245 or 08036804608. Traventino Marble Granite Limited is one-stop store for your original and top-quality building items. At Traventino Marble and Granite Limited, quality is vitality. You can visit our office at number 5B Idom Close behind Nitel D-Line Port Harcourt. You can call any of our following numbers: 080-331-26130 or 080-563-40068.
Glad you could join us again. Governors of South states of Nigeria have resolved to join the suit currently before the Supreme Court of Nigeria over collection of value-added tax between Federal Inland Services (FIRS) and Rivers State. This is part of the 6-point communique that was read out to the journalists by Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State, who presided over the meeting of the South Governors Forum meeting held at the Government House, Port Harcourt on October 4th on Monday. In attendance were Governor of Rivers State, Ezinwo Wike, Chief Emmanuel Udom, Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Godwin Obaseki, Governor of Edo State, and Senator Doye Diri, Governor of Bayelsa State. They also approved the South Regional Security Architecture, which will be launched very soon. The Brest Council called on the President and the federal government to uphold the tenets of the law establishing the Niger Delta Development Commission (NDDC) by appropriately constituting its board. In addition, the Council expressed the hope that the federal government will make the forensic audit report on the NDDC public and be courageous enough to deal justly and fairly with the report, with the view to strengthening the capacity of the NDDC to meet its obligation to the people of the region. Also contained in the communique is the demand by the Council on President Muhammadu Buhari and the National Assembly to take necessary measures to review some unfair aspects of the recently signed Petroleum Industry Act (PIA) in the spirit of fairness and equity. Council regretted that the President and the federal government has generally failed to give reasonable consideration to requests made by the region during the dialogue with the Special Federal Delegation led by Professor Ibrahim Gambari, Chief of Staff to the President. Notable among the requests were the relocation of the NNPC subsidiaries and the IOC's headquarters to the Niger Delta and the completion of a number of federal projects in the region, notably roads. In sports, CAF approved Samson Siasia Stadium for Bayelsa United. The Confederation of African Football (CAF) has approved the Samson Siasia Stadium in Yenagoa, Bayelsa State for the first leg of CAF Confederation Cup clash between Bayelsa United of Nigeria and CS Sfaxien of Tunisia. A letter conveying the approval sent by email to the NFF Secretary General Muhammad Sanusi and signed by Mohamed Sadat, CAF's club's licensing senior manager 1 development division, stated, and I quote, "We acknowledge receipt of the letter request and pre-inspection report with photos and videos of the Samson Siasia Stadium with the match slated to hold on Sunday, October 17th. The letter also indicated that another inspection might be required for the group stages if Bayelsa United qualify for the next round. The approval puts to rest speculations about the stadium, particularly its football pitches eligibility for the Continental Games involving Bayelsa United. Also in sports, Africa Junior Chess Champion Quickpen arrived in Yenagoa. After making the country proud in the just concluded African Youth Chess Championship in Accra, Ghana, Nigeria's prodigy Deborah Quickpen arrived in Yenagoa, the Bayelsa State capital, to a tumultuous welcome. The 9-year-old Bayelsa-born chess star, who amassed 8.0 points, defeated Tunisia's Hanoui Abra in her night and final game to be crowned champion ahead of 19 others in the competition that featured players from other African nations. Addressing the contingent, Bayelsa State Commissioner for Youth and Sport Development Daniel Gali, congratulated Deborah Quickpen and her team for making the state proud, assuring her of the state's unrelenting commitment to see her go beyond this level even as she prepares to represent Nigeria next year. He asserted that the state government would do everything possible for Deborah Quickpen to take part in the World Youth Cadets Championship in Baltimore, Georgia next year, having conquered Africa. In a foreign scene, spotted in Paris where the governor of Cross River State, Professor Ben Ayade, Jigawa State Governor Alhaji Baduru Abubakar, and Ondo State Governor Akeredolu at the France Ministry of Agriculture and Food for Livestock Summit to improve the food chain, mineral products, and land conservation to support climate conditions in the state respectively. Governor Ben Ayade said in furtherance to his emphasis of his mission #Zero Hunger in Cross River State and Nigeria as part of the Sustainable Development Goals, he is providing the solution for farmers and rearers in partnership with the French government. It is a wrap on news this morning. Before we go, a recap of the headlines. We must work together to salvage our country, says Governor Wike. Senate confirms chairman, board members of downstream, upstream regulatory agencies. Jetty collapses in Rivers State. In sports, CAF approves Samson Siasia Stadium. In the foreign scene, Governor Ben Ayade, Jigawa State Governor Alhaji Baduru Abubakar, Governor Akeredolu of Ondo State attends Livestock Summit in Paris. Remember to follow us on our social media handles showing on your screen. Let us commit to actualize peace and development across the Niger Delta. I am Omotola Agbelusi. Thank you for watching.